Welcome to episode 7 of Generations Furniture Restoration and Refinishing. Today I'm going to be restoring a 1940s vanity stool. I'm going to demonstrate my process for refinishing furniture so that you might confidently take on a project of your own. Here we have today's contestant, a little vanity stool manufactured in the 1940s. As you can see, the finish is well worn and it's time to be refinished. So let's get started. I've never encountered a piece of furniture that was whittled out of a tree. Therefore, any piece of furniture can be disassembled as long as it's done with care. Make certain to number each piece during the process of disassembly to avoid confusion when you put it back together.
Now that all the components of the little stool have been finish sanded, they've been sanded down with 220. They're reasonably clean, free of all the old stain. Now we're going to start the refinishing process. I attach small little hooks that I made just out of nothing but old coat hangers with a screw. This way I can suspend them and it doesn't allow for a horizontal surface. Just attach a little screw, simple as that, and now it's hanging. All of the pieces suspended, ready to get colored. So let's mix us up some color. So we're going to be using a combination of colors actually. This is the red mahogany color from Wood Finishing. It's number 225. And we're going to couple that with the Wood Finishing, the Minwax Honey, which is 272. I'm going to mix these two colors in with a portion of the semi-gloss polyurethane to act as a carrier. So let's start out and give ourselves a little bit of clear, which is really not clear, but this is what they call it. And now for the, we're going to start with the red. These have all been pre-stirred, by the way. We're going to start putting bits of color into here. Yeah, I normally wear gloves. And the honey, which is sort of one of my favorite colors, probably 3 or 4. The old wives' tale is that if you put stain inside of urethane material that it won't dry, that it'll remain sticky. That's a bunch of crap. With this method, I get the color and the tone that I want, but I also get a larger degree of transparency. So I can still see all the attributes of the wood surfaces that I'm working on. So now we're ready to apply some color to this particular project. It's always smart to, especially when you use this method, to kind of constantly make sure that the solution that you're using, the color, the mix, whatever you want to call it, remains kind of agitated. For my first coating, I like to really rub that in there. I like the physical pressure that using a rag affords me, and I also get a little more control. And it's about as simple as that. The nice thing about using this particular method here is that it gives you a lot of control as far as depth of color is concerned. Right now, it's a little easier for me to control. And for now, everything's colored. All right, well, once again, everything is dried up. I've gone ahead and removed the hangers from all all the little components that comprise the stool, and we're going to start putting it back together. As usual, I'm using a Gorilla Glue product. I'm going to start by assembling the back half of it, and then the front half, and then join those two sections together. I usually just put a little glue. I'm not a fan of over gluing things just because I can. Everybody's going back into the same holes, and as you can see, by and large, it's going to fit together pretty well. If it doesn't, we have the persuader here just to make things go our way. And now let's speed things up. Okay, now that the parts I glued up earlier have had a chance to dry, clamped off, I've removed the clamps, and we are ready to assemble the remaining elements of this little stool here. Rotating each piece as I insert it where possible, just to spread the material around a little bit.
So this is what we had to work with. Little old mahogany stool. Its finish had obviously seen better days. And here's the result of the effort. All the nicks, scratches, dings, and dents are gone, and the finish has been restored to its original quality. I think these images clearly illustrate the advantage in mixing color into polyurethane. The degree of translucence is greatly increased as opposed to simply using stain. The side-by-side comparison certainly confirms that this was time well spent. Thanks very much for watching. You're most welcome to leave comments or ask questions, and I will answer them to the best of my ability.